Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Wesley, coming to you from sunny Miami, Florida. I just wrapped up an incredible road trip in Iceland and I'm so excited to share it with you. But first, let me tell you about the journey to get there. My adventure began with a flight from Miami to Iceland with a connection in Minneapolis. All in all, it was a 13-hour journey, but trust me, it was worth every minute. I landed in Iceland at 8 a.m., picked up my camper van from Lava Car Rental, and headed straight to Bonus to stock up on some groceries. Pro tip: Bonus is one of the cheaper grocery stores in Iceland, so it's a great place to save some money. My first stop was Þingvellir National Park, where I did the Rift Valley walk and visited the stunning Silfra Fissure and Öxarárfoss waterfall. The scenery was absolutely breathtaking. After a long day of travel and exploring, I decided to unwind at the Blue Lagoon in Reykjavík. I opted for the premium package, which cost $132, but the relaxation and unique experience were totally worth it. I spent my first night in the camper van at the Reykjavík Eco Campsite. It has great infrastructure and is a perfect spot to start the adventure. On the next day, I woke up early and drove back to Þingvellir to visit Geysir. Arriving early meant I had the place almost to myself, which made for some fantastic photos and a peaceful experience. After that, I headed to Gullfoss waterfall. The day was beautiful and the power of the waterfall was simply awe-inspiring. Next, I visited Kerið crater, a popular spot with lots of tourists. I tried to get creative with my camera angles to minimize the crowd in my shots, but it was definitely busy, as expected during the summer months. On the next day, I continued my journey along the south coast, visiting Seljalandsfoss and Skógafoss. Both waterfalls were spectacular, and I even climbed to the top of Skógafoss for an amazing view. I also hiked to the Sólheimasandur plane wreck, which was a unique and eerie experience. The black sand beach and the wreckage created a dramatic scene. That night, I camped at Vik, which was a great spot to relax and prepare for more adventures. On the next day, I explored Reynisfjara beach in Dyrhólaey. The black sand beaches and dramatic cliffs were just stunning. I also visited Fjaðrárgljúfur Canyon and spent the night at Skaftafelli, where I did an optional glacier hike. The scenery was breathtaking and the hike was an unforgettable experience. On the next day, I visited the charming town of Seyðisfjörður. One of the highlights was walking along the rainbow path that leads to the iconic blue church. It was such a colorful and picturesque experience. Next, I went to Húsavík, known as the whale watching capital of Iceland. I took a whale watching tour and saw some incredible marine life. It was an unforgettable experience being out on the water and seeing these magnificent creatures up close. After that, I explored the Lake Mývatn area, including Namaskard and the Mývatn nature baths. The geothermal activity in this region was fascinating and made for some fantastic photos. Finally, I made my way back to Reykjavík, stopping at Akureyri, Grabrook Crater, and Fissure along the way. Instead of revisiting the Blue Lagoon, I decided to experience the Sky Lagoon. It was a perfect end to my trip, offering a more intimate and serene atmosphere. Even though I had to skip the west side due to bad weather, my trip was filled with sunny days and incredible sights. Here are a few tips for anyone planning a similar trip. In the north, restaurants and places to eat can be scarce, so plan your meals ahead of time. Also, for refueling, most gas stations require a debit or credit card with a chip and a code. This was one of the most exciting and unique trips of my life, and I strongly recommend adding it to your travel bucket list. Thanks for joining me on this adventure, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel stories and tips. See you in the next video.